I think two things that you said there that just, brought on a light bulb for us to talk about. One is they seem to be backing away from the basic consumer and offering, products for the average middle America. And this is actually the second thing that they've done in the last several months. It doesn't seem like very many months ago, they pulled all of their consumer lines of credit. So if you
I
had a line of
remember.
credit with them and you're an individual, they made you close that line. They closed them, but they also wanted you to pay them off. And so I was a little bit surprised that they actually closed consumer lines of credit because they still offer credit cards, they still offer checking accounts. But what it tells me, and the first part of what they're thinking is we need to de-risk. I think they had a lot of fines for the fraudulent opening of accounts, but they want to de-risk. And so consumer debt, when you're heading into volatile times, both inflationary and recessionary on the horizon, they want to de-risk and not have a bunch of people load up on debt and then not be able to pay it and be on the hook for that bad debt because they've been through that cycle before. So I think you're right that they're trying to move away from some of the consumer servicing, especially on the debt side. The other thing that I think that they're doing, and I agree with you there, that they're really looking at the spread on is the risk that we're taking worth the money that we're making on that risk? And that's what all investors are asking ourselves today, from the institutional investors to individual investors. We have to say, in a market where potentially asset values could come down, right? And potentially we could be heading into a recession, is the amount of profit we make on that investment worth the risk or the volatility or the unknown? And so that's what they're doing here. They're de-risking certain things, and then they want to go toward things that they feel they can make bigger money on for that dollar invested, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Wells Fargo is making, let's be clear, I think Wells Fargo is making a business decision. They're de-risking dead on. They're also looking at where the margin profit can come from and going, it's just, it's the juice is not worth the squeeze, if you will. Um,
Sure.
and I think they're looking at evolving the business, right? Because again, I think Charlie Sharp, the CEO, is like, I don't know when we're leaving the penalty box. He's kind of probably tired of it 5, 6 years later. It was done under the previous leadership, not his watch, but he has to act as a steward for the company. And I think he's like, okay, enough's enough. We're just going to go a different direction. I think Wells Fargo will be a different bank in 18 months. And to be clear, I think it will be smaller, right? When you exit the mortgage market as the largest provider, you're going to have some layoffs. There's going to be a lot less people at Wells Fargo, I think, going forward. And again, I think that, as a shareholder, which I am not, but if you were, you probably look at that going, about time, Charlie, what the heck, right?